I think we're still live. Welcome everybody, the Schwans27 here, along with Knuckly Kong, Saberwolf, and maybe Drinksko's gonna hang around too. We have the second half of your Part 2 race here, featuring Sharktallica representing Team Ragnarok versus FieryBlizzard on the right-hand side representing Team Minerva. We are doing Poltergeist's Fury flag set. Guys, have we done any of Poltergeist's flag set, and what are we going to see here with a 3-character start? Umaro, Terra with slot, I think, and Sabin with control here.
Well, I mean, we do have to see another slot again from Terra, so okay, I guess that's no surprise from back-to-back races, I guess. Yamaro's interesting for the early game damage and output. Probably will be placed later. Only one single check, but there are very strong checks with Tri-Touch and Dragon. So if we can find some breakables, maybe get that early. What was the other one? Sabin. Sabin's a good fights for the camp. So that's going to be the early levels that they're going to need to push on through. I do see Sharktallica is doing Terra's treasure room right off the back.
Yeah, when you get access to Terra, you can get that treasure room, and then you can also do the sealed gate cave is basically a free check. 20 battles on the curse shield for FieryBlizzard, showing us off that little cool piece of tech right there. You could talk to that dude and he'll tell you exactly how many battles your curse shield is if you eventually get Bach. So what is the Poltergeist flag set here? Well, let's pull this up real fast while we can kind of see what's going on a little bit. We get 3 starting characters. 7 and 9 is our unlock. If we defeat 4 dragons, we get auto safe and auto haste. If we win a Coliseum match, we get a Dragoon set, as well as having access to Y NPC remove. So that's probably why we took a look at that curse shield counter, because we can get it right off the rip. We do have multi-summon. We get more lures, better randomization of shops, and we do have access to shock. The dead checks will reward some nice relics, as well as the potential of a flame shield and experience egg. But we will not be learning any ice or bolt spells or the poltergeist weakness itself stop. So that's the rundown of the flag set really fast, as FieryBlizzard is probably not going to go to the World of Ruin North to pick up that curse shield with the count of 20. Even that I think is the maximum in this flag set. Even that's a little bit too high for me, Saberwolf.
Can you share Discord?
Am I not sharing it?
No.
Oh. I don't know why that happened. I was sharing it until everybody decided.
I think it's because I moved us to the restream channel.
Okay. There we go. That was some shenanery.
That was partially my fault, but yeah.
My bad. So now you can see what's going on. So
yay! Actually, it's not that far away from actually what's on screen for the actual streaming on the site.
Yeah, that's because we got.
But yeah, Y remove. Y remove is the big thing for this, because Y remove kind of gives you extra, almost like an extra character's worth of checks that you could do in this run, because it gives you the Magic Facility, it gives you Mount Zozo, it gets you the shield in Narsh World of Ruin. So it does open up a character's worth of checks more that you can actually do. And Magic Facility is actually very, very strong series of checks, because it gives you really 2 Espers and you can back right out if you don't want any more characters in your party. As we do find a Magic Site at the end of the Esper Cave here, or the sealed gate for Shark.
Yeah, so that is our first shiny stone on the board there. We also get access to Edgar's World of Ruin checks, including the engine room and the ancient castle and that dragon. So with YNPC set to remove, we have access to more dragons than we would have otherwise. So it makes that 4 dragons for auto haste and auto shell, auto safe. What was it? Auto safe. That's what it is. That much more appealing.
By the way, just a quick match update. Ensign Wesley just finished their run, 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Nice. All right, so we did see what was at the end of the sealed gate cave, and now we're going to go trek ourselves through South Figaro, looking for some more treasure here. And we do need to get to 7 characters in this seed. And the good thing about it is that we have access to both Umaro and Terra. So the Narsh area is going to be very valuable in this seed because we can peek what the Yeti spot holds. And we can do Welk on the way up as well.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to give a quick shout out. Just these earlier, Narvs 4 and Alpha 012 for both follows for the Twitch channel. Thank you very much for those. But yeah, I mean,
the other interesting
it's
thing,
awful.
yeah, the other interesting thing, Saberwolf, is that we do have Umaro in our starting party, and as we mentioned with the flag set on the screen here, I'll put it back up. We are going to be able to get a Dragoon set if we get a win out of the Coliseum, so that is even more incentive to go there also.
Well, Yeti is one of the primary reasons to have Yeti in the party is to do Coliseum, because you don't have to worry about them casting like Remedy on themselves if they learned it as a magic spell or something random like that.
Trying to control the enemy in this case too, yeah.
But since Yeti cannot be contained, you don't have to worry about him in the Coliseum doing what Yetis do.
I do love a good Yeti start.
Yeah, I also like Yeti to start off with because I know at some point I will be getting a 5th character that will replace him in my party.
I also want to quickly point out that our 2 runners tonight, Sharktallica and FieryBlizzard, 2 brand new people to the community. I know one of them is a big Final Fantasy IV free enterprise runner. They do a lot of runs of that. I don't remember which one it is, unfortunately. But they do a lot of speedrunning of the other Final Fantasy game, I guess you could say. So it's nice seeing them, always nice seeing new faces in the community. Oh, Ragering, that's going to help FieryBlizzard for the Yeti thing and the experience egg for sure. But the Genji Glove right after that.
Wow. And the wall ring and the ice shield. Wow. That is a treasure trove down there in the South Figaro basement.
Elixir for selling? I mean, these chests are good.
Alpha 012, appreciate the insta-follow. Yeah, so this is our Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide stream, where we usually broadcast races. Sometimes we'll broadcast live mentoring sessions. So if you're new to the community, you could sign up for a mentoring session. One of our lovely esteemed mentors will add your name to the list of things that we would like to help out the community with. So you can either do a live mentor session where we sort of coach you through a seed or coach you through just basically one of the aspects of Worlds Collide that you're struggling with. And we also have a VOD review system where if you don't feel like getting a live coach, instead you could throw a VOD over the wall and one of our mentors will analyze it and give you some hints and tips as to things that you could do better, or some questions for you like, why are you still going after treasure chests when you have all the stuff that you need? That's a favorite question of mine that I ask my mentees, and I also ask myself that all the time. Alright, so Sharktallica is heading into the collapsing house. This is another check in which there are no battles required in order to get the reward there. We do see it's a soldier standing outside holding up the house, so that is not a character here. It's an Esper or an item.
I want to piggyback on what you're talking about for mentors. A good thing about this current tournament that we're doing, which is the Warring Triad tournament, there's the 3 people that are on a team. Mm-hmm. One is the Mega Elixir level, next one is like a potion level player, the other one's a tonic level player. So the one thing I have seen a lot of, at least in my team as well, is that myself and Mark have sat down with Cheddar Goblin, who's our 3rd teammate, who's like a tonic level player, have sat down with him for several hours today, coaching them on what to see, what to look, and like that. So this tournament's actually helping to mentor all these players as well while we just progress through an actual tournament session, and also gives them tournament experience for them being able to play these games on their own and coach them afterwards. So
I'm so happy you like your teammates. I actually hate mine. No, I'm totally kidding.
Whoa!
I'm totally kidding.
Whoa!
Totally kidding. As that's the Phoenix pick up there from the collapsing house, another Esper there. Yeah, we have been sharing strategies in our little team chat. One of the things that we saw in the previous race was Ensign Wesley decided, hey, I'm going to hop into Kefka's Tower early and clear out the entire middle path and the middle statue boss. That was something that I had thought might be a good strategy, so I passed it on to my other two runners, and I said, hey, practice this a little bit during your practice seeds. Let me know if this makes the end of the game feel better, because I know, for myself anyway, Saberwolf, the end with having to fight the shuffled statues at level 50 is quite gruesome when you get towards the end of the seed there.
Yeah, it is, and I personally met that myself on my run, trying to solo Goddess with literally nothing to really have to fight her with, and having to back out the tower completely and have to rerun the entire tower as a team to get her. So there's a lot of, but the thing is about the statues being at the end, there's a lot of strategies going out there, like we just saw in the previous race with Ensign Wesley doing a full group in the middle lane to guarantee that we'll have two characters to fight the two side statue fight bosses.
And you can peek them too, so that you know exactly what it is.
Super
Ball Enhancer,
haven't seen those in a while.
Jacket, nice stuff in the Coliseum here.
Not great stuff, nice stuff.
Not nice. You know, Enhancer is +7 magic power. The Super Ball is very good for taking out a boss really fast.
On RNG high roll, yeah. Oh, you get the Dragoon too.
Yeah, so Dragoon set is in the mix. We got the red jacket there that nullifies our fire damage.
I like the tabby suit for a tabby suit. That's interesting.
Thanks, game. Really
want
to do that.
Oh, this is not a good fight.
No.
Skeleon has a lot of physical damage, physical resistance.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very long fight if he doesn't get instantly killed. Well, he has 73 seconds.
I was going to say, it's going to be about a minute and 10 seconds at the longest.
First cut is the deep. Okay, anyways. By the way, tournament update for everybody as well. If Team Inferno goes down to Team Guardian with that Drinks Glue win just earlier this evening, so Team Guardian is going to be going up with a win. Your team now has 2 wins as well. Your team does not. Doom Rage is
the opposite of that.
Yeah, Team Valiant. Team Valiant beat your team of Team Illumina with Overswarm and Narves both getting their wins.
Yep.
So they're going to be up a game in their group. And let's see. Only my matches then for Team Ultima and Team Star. We have 2 winners for Team Medio versus Team Grand Train. So Jex Farok and Lanaxion winning both of their games, so they are going to be winning that matchup.
Yeah, you know what's interesting?
That's about it for now.
I'm taking a look over at the results as they're coming in here, and every single match is within the largest margin of defeat so far is 11 minutes and 31 seconds.
Now you want to try that again?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see yours there at 21 minutes and 42 seconds. Well, other than that outlier, because that is an outlier, that one. That is basically
something.
That's basically a Kefka climb, right? That separates most of the matches here, so it's really good. Another thing I really like about this tournament is that it is all 1v1 races. So there is this concept of, what is your opponent going to do, and do you play the seed? Do you play your opponent? Do you do a little bit of both? I've been certainly noticing that with my strategy that I'm coming up with and my game plan. So Umaro's only got about 20 seconds left until this fight goes belly up, and I don't think that Sharktallica saved after he got the first reward there, so he's going to have to go ahead and come back in the Coliseum and get his Super Ball again.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, he might be able. Well, I don't know how much health Skeleon has at his level. I mean,
the problem is, right? Since he has those 2 Espers and the 3 characters,
let's try.
His levels are at the enemies are at least at level 12 or 13 here.
Oh, he's gonna get the belly bump off here.
Do it.
Nope, just a punch. No.
F's in the chat there. Yeah. So normally, what I would do is do what what FieryBlizzard has done. Take off the Moogle Charm, take a couple levels before you end up in the Coliseum here. But it's not all lost there.
He's just going to take the L.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine that he is still going to get that Coliseum win, right? Which does help. You get the Dragoon set, and he's got the Super Ball. So this first boss hopefully shouldn't be too big of a problem.
One can only hope.
Meanwhile, FieryBlizzard into the Imperial camp here, using pause buffering for the slots. Unfortunately, I think slots is on Sabin. I misspoke earlier and said slots is on Terra. Slots is based on your magic power, so that is how you can determine the spell power of or the damage rather of different slots attacks. And Sabin's magic power is usually less than that of Terra's, so a bit of a disadvantage here. Let's see if Sharktallica decides, hey, I'm already in the Returner's hideout, and there is a check that I can do here as I have Terra. You could actually also sleep at this inn for free. I don't know if you knew that. There's sort of, oh, magic power +2 and Ultima. Let's go. Doom on the other Esper, so that's a pretty nice one to have there. Level magics, meanwhile, for FieryBlizzard, taking the smoke break out of that, grabbing that Starlit Esper. So, Knuckly, I assume we're going to see Barren Falls next, right? For FieryBlizzard with the story heal and just the easy go fight a boss.
That's my move.
Alright, and it looks like Sharktallica is gearing himself up here. Psyching himself up, maybe. So if you go down into that other room there, below the shopkeep, you could actually sleep at the inn for free. So that's one of the ways that you can get all of your HP back. It's important when you're a Worlds Collide runner to know, hey, where are the places that I can get heals for free in the game, so I don't have to waste my tents or my sleeping bags, right? That's a place that's not often used because it does take a little bit of time to sleep at the inn, because it is the same animation as a tent, basically. And here we go. It's Elite River Ride.
All in. He didn't safety save beforehand or nothing. Well, we got Leader hiding in the waterfall.
Yeah, this should be a pretty easy fight there. Wow. Doing almost 2k damage with slots there on Sabin. I wonder if Sabin is the recipient of that Atma weapon. And here we go. Slots coming out with Sunflare. Big plays here. Because those enemies actually have a lot of magic defense, but Sunflare just cuts right through it all. And you see how much XP he gained on that one battle there from driving up the scaling just a bit with some of those free checks. Is that Bismarck?
Bismarck at Waterfall.
Okay. That makes sense, you know, the water Esper at Waterfall. Can't complain there. Where are we going now, though? Looks like we are going to World of Ruin here. So, with YMPC set to remove, you could go into Mount Zozo, as Saberwolf mentioned. You could also go to do the Zozo Tower check without actually fighting the boss. You could yeet Dataluma out of the way and get the reward in the other room. So, this could be a nice twofer here, and the only thing he has to fight is the dragon in Mount Zozo if he wants. I would assume, though, Knuckly, with having the Esper teaching Ultima ×1, that we want to learn it as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Won't be able to cast it just yet at 254 MP, but, you know, if we have it learned earlier on in the seed, then we can take advantage of it later.
And I believe Blizzard is still a little bit ahead of scaling. So taking on this dragon shouldn't be too terribly difficult for him.
Yeah, we just have to wonder what the endgame offensive plan is going to be for him, because Slots is pretty good for the early and mid game, and we are going to need to see some spells on some of these Espers that are doing more than Ultima, which we can't use for a while, and Doom, which we can't use on everything.
correct. But one of the dead check rewards for the Poltergeist speed is economizers.
Yeah, so that means we could start using Ultima immediately, whenever the heck we want here. As Knuckly Kong, getting that Dragoon set from the Coliseum, has put that on Terra, so he already has one endgame build going for his party. We do have sort of a pause buffer strategy guide sort of thing on our wiki. If you head to ff6worldscollide.com, you can go and check that out. Shout out to Drewlith, who made that video. Very informative and helpful. And it's...
I don't think I've ever used the pause buffer for the slots.
Yeah, I don't usually use it. I just mash the button as fast as I possibly can, and you said it! The curse of the commentator. There it is, Knuckly.
I don't know if that one was necessarily a curse. That's a huge early game item for him.
Ooh, dead check for FieryBlizzard.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting these 2 dead checks means that his scaling is going to go up by 5 levels without having any progression towards the end of the game. Marshall and a couple of Barbies, just fresh off of their just fresh off of their Oscar nominations.
Another experience egg, though. That's not horrible. Sorry, I had to take a quick break. Had to take a quick break there, guys. Sorry.
No,
with
no problem.
Moviplex with a rate of 5. Thank you for that.
That was a Genji glove.
Yeah,
as the reward.
Unfortunately, we don't really have any items or weapons to use the Genji glove with just as of yet. So, FieryBlizzard now going ahead and doing my favorite thing to do with YNPC remove is just yeet those guys out of the way. We'll see if he also yeets the boss out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to get some levels off the boss, you know, because you don't really get the check first.
Oh, okay. So,
but
not only did we get a Dragoon set for the Coliseum, we found Boots and Horn in some pretty easy treasure chests here for FieryBlizzard. So, that at least will be another jumping endgame build. Maybe without the spear. I don't think we found a sharp stick for him to use just yet.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that, yeah, you can get a couple bounces in, but it is a slower damage output than... Oh, yeah, he definitely smashed the boss out of the way there.
Yeah,
he didn't even hesitate.
I would definitely do the same exact thing.
Yeah, the Yeti belly bumped the boss right out of the way, and we get an Esper at the top of the tower.
Alright.
Odin, not bad.
Yeah, so FieryBlizzard having access to an economizer via the sequence-broken Mount Zozo dragon there. As soon as he learns Ultima, he'll be set for at least one of his character's builds. Do we think we're going to go right after yet another dragon here in order to learn Ultima?
He's heading to Narsh.
Yeah, he's in the Narsh, which is obviously going to be the weapon shop and the shield.
Yeah, so he knows that the curse shield count is 20, which is a bit too high. We do not know what the reward for Umaro is, but we will see it on Sharktallica's side.
There's Golem.
Yeah, Calmless Protection, sequence breaking it, very nice. So
yeah, Blizzard got to a big lead.
FieryBlizzard has to be careful here. He has now just racked up 3 free checks in a row, essentially. So he's going to have to do some stuff to offset that in the form of, you know, grind fights or otherwise. Oh, Auralance for sale in the shop. And both Terra and Sabin can use it. So we're going to put that in the back of our mind for later.
That's a good weapon for Sabin with having a Dragoon set, too.
We must have got either a Pearl Lance or a Partisan, because otherwise it would have said that one of those characters already has it equipped. And that is Celeste at the Yeti Cave. Umaro, why are you keeping Celeste prisoner? That's messed up, man.
That's my girl. Oh, and Cyan behind Welk.
Hey.
So it doesn't really matter, actually, for the for Mount Zozo, after all. But it's a dead check, so meh. Ooh, Dirty Dragon. That's not the one you want to see.
As we say the same thing at the same time.
Oh, we have float! We have float!
Hey.
We have float! Float! Oh my gosh, you went over it 5 times! Ah!
So the interesting thing with Dirt Dragon is even if you cast Float, one of his moves is called 50 Gs, and no, he's not giving you money. Instead, he's bringing you back down to the ground, which is quite unfortunate.
Well, I'd rather stay high above him, but yeah, you're right.
Alright, so Sharktallica is our first runner with the 4th character. Natural Jump Cyan. Very nice.
Natural Jump Cyan, and if we can get that, just the Dragon Horn out of the Zozo for the balance, that could definitely put him on the board. Let's hope we can use a sharp pointy stick, like you mentioned.
Yeah, well, we know there's an Aura Lance at the shop at the bottom of this, and it looks like Sharktallica is going to continue onwards to Kefka at Narsh. I like this play. Usually I'm ditching Umaro the first chance I can get, so he could be my bench player here for the Kefka at Narsh check, while the other 3 actually do some stuff.
A little bit of a risk, not knowing if this is going to be a dead check or an Esper.
The good thing is...
Cyan.
Yeah, the good thing is he's up here, and after this fight's done, you teleport down to Arvis's house, so I'm cool with doing this. If you're going to do Kefka and Narsh, you should do it right after you do Welk.
Well, I will say that that was a nice update from the... I think it was 1.4, I think, added that. The teleport to the bottom of the hill. But that was a nice update after doing Kefka and Narsh.
Alright, well, Dirt Durgan unfortunately takes out Terra before the his inevitable demise, so Terra will not be getting any XP from there. We do have an experience egg, though, and there's a...
Oh, there's another Dragon Horn.
DJ Khaled, another one.
By the way, Sharktilla...
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I believe Terra was the one that had the Esper equipped to learn Ultima.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. That's 50 points.
Yeah, that's not good.
But yeah, a couple things for Sharktallica. One is he did the safe way of avoiding the fights. A lot of people do the slide step through, right? When the soldiers about same time the soldiers step forward, you step past them and avoid the fight that way. Mm-hmm. But a safer but slightly longer way of doing it is what Shark just did: is sit in the middle, then sit on the left, wait for the soldier to go by, and then come down. Also, get to see Terra in her original blonde look.
Yeah, there you go.
Before they changed it to green.
We should rename her Tina for this flag set.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so here Sharktallica gets big beefy Guardian and decides, let's throw out that Super Bowl.
Super Bowl for 3K!
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Let's do it. Nicely done. Meanwhile, on the other side, FieryBlizzard at the other top of Narsh in the World of Ruin gets this floating chariot on fire that's weak to Pearl and Fire. I didn't make this game.
Yeah, this is one of the weird ones that the image doesn't reflect their weakness.
Yeah. Unfortunately, another dead check with a Genji glove there for Sharktallica, but he does have access to Cyan, who does give us a bunch of different checks, including Mount Zozo, which we already saw. That was another dead check Genji glove. Is that right, Knuckly? I think that was the right one.
Yes.
And then we've got Doma Siege and Doma Dream 3-parter. So Sharktallica can start going down that rabbit hole, and his Terra's already, Umaro's already level 29.
Well, at this point of the game, I mean, my levels are very high. We only have 2 Espers. I'm going to Dream, because Dream's going to be able to get you 2, if not possibly 3 Espers, possibly a character there too. I'm going, well, I guess he's going to do Narsh instead. So we're just going to hang out in the Narsh party.
Yeah,
but I would go to Dream pretty soon.
Yeah, he was the one that saw Celeste as the reward for Umaro, and he is saying, I want to go get Celeste immediately, so this way I have my 5th character.
But Yeti is level 29. Do you really want to replace him?
I mean, we could replace someone else too, right? Sabin is doing.
Yeah, I mean,
slot
you
at the
could.
moment. I mean, he's actually doing some pretty decent damage, but
By the way, can we get a high five in chat with Shark and Fiery being in the same place at the same time right now?
they haven't high-fived yet. They're kind of like, you know, they're getting close to
Another
their air tags.
economizer.
Oh my god.
That's a second economizer for Blizzard, by the way.
Yeah, so he picked up a gem box from Tritalk. So are we going to see a gem box, economizer, Ultima, Big Blue Bubble Fest? It's a rave, people, and you're invited.
Well, I mean, that's probably how you win more, so...
That's definitely winning more.
That's maybe there's Wooks for walking, thumping in with a Bubba thump in, too.
Yeah, so thankfully we also learned Pearl on one of our early Espers, which is one of the most powerful spells in these Warring Triads flag sets because we don't have access to 2 of the 3 elemental spells, right? So Pearl is basically the same battle power as a tier 3 elemental spell. It's just of the Pearl element, so...
Yeah, but the only negative, though, part of that is there is a lot of bosses that absorb.
A few moments later.
I don't know what the heck just happened there. Sorry, chat.
Yeah, that was weird.
What the heck was I going to say? Oh, and of course, we know that we're going to fight one of the 3 statue bosses, Goddess. And Goddess also does like to eat her pearls for breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very low health cyan. It's crazy.
Alright, Funbaba is just the tank that he is now. At this time, guys, the bosses are going to start to get pretty beefy with some of the checks that we have. So taking a look, FieryBlizzard's at 9 checks. Don't have Sharktallica with a tracker on his restream, but he's about at the same spot. They've done about the same amount of checks.
Yeah, so, I mean, FieryBlizzard's bosses are around level 20 right now, so... Definitely on the steeper end. Or more than that, no.
23, 24.
Yeah.
Alright, Funbaba finally taken care of, and we get... Oh, I thought you were going to cut
My
it.
girl.
There it is. There it is.
Talking about my girl. With tools. Yeah.
Tools could be
Man,
useful if we have...
Air Anchor, Noise Blaster. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Well, we know what FieryBlizzard's strategy is going to be. Learn Ultima as fast as humanly possible, and then just cast it as many times as humanly possible.
With a +2 magic power on the Ultima Esper? Really?
Yeah. Completely unnecessary.
What?
Completely unnecessary.
Oh, and we can also equip a Magus Rod on them too. Okay. Sure.
Alright. Sharktallica has Ultima online for Terra, at least. I don't know if he has an economizer yet. Because remember...
it's in the chest over here.
Yep, he's going to get it right there.
Now he's got it. Not going to equip it, though.
He might do it right before the boss fight.
Yeah. Better slap that 1 MP on you, pal. Ooh, monster box.
Also remember that Terra is the boots and horn user of his party at the moment, right? So what he did is he shifted the Esper over to Sabin.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, we know Sabin can weld the Ore Lance too, so he can easily become the jumper.
That was exactly what popped into my head with the cats and boots and cats.
Boots and pants. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
So, with offering being an item reward for a dead check, do you guys take the time to search for Katana Soul?
No.
No, because you already know where the offering is. Why waste it? Plus, it's an easier get than having to fight Katana Soul with no model, no noise blaster.
Correct.
So why risk it the biscuit when you know where the biscuit is?
Well, let me ask the question. If we were to get an offering right now, what weapon would we use it on?
Well, that's the other thing. We don't need it because we already have jumpers that already do like an offering effect. Maybe 2, maybe 4. You don't know.
Wow.
Plus,
Look
we
at
also
how much
have
faster that Fun Baba fight was for Sharktallica. That's the power of having 4 characters and having your levels as well.
Yep. And the other thing I was going to mention is we have Ultima with economizers. There's no point of getting offering that way. Although, technically speaking, offering with whatever weapon is going to do more than the quad 9s.
Mm-hmm.
Technically.
It depends. Yeah, it depends for sure.
But why waste the blue pill Energizer bunny? I mean, seriously. Blue pill Energizer bunny. I have no idea where I was going with that. Moving on. Wow.
We're just gonna skate over that one.
Because we're in the After Dark
PG-13.
episode of Final Fantasy Worlds Collide now. We do restream on Saturdays, by the way, where this content does happen.
So
we call it community chaos.
Celeste getting substituted in immediately for Sabin. That makes sense. Celeste has higher magic power, and Sabin did not learn Ultima at all yet, so let's take advantage of Celeste's very high power here.
Well, we want to keep a Wild Yeti over a very strong jumper?
Well, Yeti does have the highest amount of levels on the team here, so there is that.
I know Yeti's the most swole. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like using Yeti because I have no control over him, right? And even if I out-hit him with a good setup, he has a chance to use the body slam ability instead of his actual attack, which completely just negates the build that I make for him. So I'm not usually a Yeti person, but I know that there are several people in the community. Shout out to you in the chat. Let me know if you are a Yeti person.
Oh boy. Well, I will say though, the FieryBlizzard's only about 1 or 2 levels behind Sharktilla's characters. Mm-hmm. Plus, they have 3 more Espers than Sharktallica does. So, they are technically, I wouldn't call them in the lead right now, as we get a dead check there for Shark. So, yeah, so continuing, Fiery is definitely going to be the lead now. So, we'll see how this goes. I mean, they were doing I am very impressed with both of these runners right now, considering... excuse me, they are newer to the community, but they're both performing very, very well for their teams.
Agree.
And that's something that I love about this community is people aren't afraid to jump in and offer advice. Like, I personally have not taken advantage of the mentoring, but I am a newer player. But I participate in a lot of the draft races with the seasoned players, and then I get input from them without even requesting it. Like, Wesley has given me pointers, and he's actually gone back and watched some of my other runs without me asking him to, and just gave me pointers on things to improve upon.
There you heard it, folks. Worlds Collide community mansplaining to everybody that comes into our Discord. So be sure to hit up our Discord right there if you want to hang out with us. Sharktallica heading into the Imperial camp here. We know that this is an Esper. If he turns around and does Barren Falls, we know that that is an Esper as well. So he's getting on the right track here for his shiny stones. Whereas, unfortunately for FieryBlizzard, he's running afoul of one of these dead checks here. So, with 5 characters, Knuckly, are you still looking to get more characters here, or are you looking to sort of even up your amount of Magicite if you're, let's say, Sharktallica?
Honestly, my preference in all of these runs is to get as many Magicites early as possible, because it gives you stronger support characters.
Let you take advantage of Esper bonuses, let you learn spells beforehand, Yeah, I would want to fill out my party to 4 first, obviously, because having 4 characters is way more beneficial than having 3, or even 2.
Yep, and I really like in the Doom flag where you start with 2 characters, and I like getting the grind fights early and then hopefully getting 2 or 3 espers before finding the 3rd character, as long as the checks permit it. Like if I'm stuck into Kefka at Narsh, I obviously want more than 2 characters. But then your 3rd character will start at the level of your 2 characters that you've had from the start.
Yeah, later characters can be nice because, as Moogleplex points out, you'll get higher levels on those later characters. They're kind of just going to be meat shields, but you hope that the meat shields survive 1 turn, maybe, perhaps, right? So, we'll see where FieryBlizzard decides to go here now with Celeste. Is unfortunately going to get into another dead check situation here, and yeah, this is a let's get the hell out of here fight.
Run.
Yeah, and of course Yeti with the striker hits the 1 level magic that is actually undead, and that'll basically just heal him right up. Running away is a viable strategy.
Yeah. By the way, I do want to mark that Jaximus did win the race for Team Minerva in this matchup, Team Minerva versus Team Ragnarok. Mm-hmm. So if FieryBlizzard does win this matchup, their Team Minerva will win the overall weekly race here. If Sharktallica wins, then Nobody War will play against a Silverthorn. That match has yet to be scheduled, though.
Here we go, making use of more little beepity bops on our tracker. There's our one warg for FieryBlizzard's Team Minerva there.
Yep, and if you get two Kokobo heads, you'll win for the week.
So then I guess
my team's matches are tomorrow night.
Technically a best of 5, right? Because a team can win.
Technically a best of 5. You need 2 wins. You can get 3 wins, yeah, which would help with the tiebreakers. Sure. But yeah, but you really need 2. I thought the same thing. I was looking at the Chocobo heads too. Schwans, I was thinking about the same thing. So
tomorrow we will have some more racing, not on this channel, unfortunately. Speed Gaming will have us for Shadow Sid versus Keith McRocks in a Chupon's Pit rematch. That should be really fun to watch for those of you that have been around since the Coliseum event, which I think was actually our last 1v1 event. Am I right?
No, because that was technically, yeah. Part of the Blackjack Battle Royale was one-on-ones at some point.
That's true. Yeah.
That was our tournament. Well, I guess you could say that was our tournament before last.
So that's
because
Team
we had
Inferno
Coliseum
versus
and
Team
Blackjack
Guardian,
Battle.
and they will be doing Goddess's flag set. Tomorrow we will be.
That's a grudge match, though. It is a grudge match.
Yeah. Tomorrow we are on Undecided channel, so they haven't penciled us in yet.
So for Thursday night, there is a couple of matches. It's Puzzlemorphus versus Giga Ram. They're playing at around 1. Fly Eagles Fly, Cheddar Goblin from my group. They are playing at about 8 p.m. Eastern. Mark versus Green's Monkey. That's my other teammates. They're playing at 11 p.m. Eastern. There's also Tybalt 2010 versus Christopher Workin. They're playing at approximately 9 p.m. Also, if you don't restream it on here, we do try to pull up the multi in the content section of our Discord. So be sure to follow and join our Discord, because you can actually watch the matches side by side that way. You just won't have any commentary though with it.
All right, it's big blue bubble time for FieryBlizzard picking up Bahamut.
And an enhancer. That's amazing.
Sharktallica, meanwhile, at Doma Siege is going to get Seraphim. So I think
they're
at 4. They're either 4 or 5. Fire
3 flare.
That's a nice Esper. Yeah, they have.
But
4
we have Ultima.
Right. So for Thursday, I can confirm that I will be broadcasting at least some of those races for Thursday night, because wife is having girls' night, so therefore I have
Girls' night,
Worlds
girls'
Collide
night.
night.
Whoop, whoop.
So yeah, I will broadcast at least some of them. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do the 8 p.m. match, then I'll just cut into the 9 p.m. match already in progress, and then we'll continue on with the 11 p.m. match, so we can get
Wow.
a sampling
Craziness.
of all three. Little charcuterie platter, if you will, of Worlds Collide.
By the way, my eyes are on Friday night's match. Falcon Hit versus Golden Shocker. That is a rematch, I think, from... isn't that a rematch from Coliseum?
I don't remember.
I'm not sure. No, Falcon Hit finished first. Golden Shocker finished third. So again, 2 top finishers from prior tournaments. That's Friday night. So that's another great match to watch, as the Blue Pill Free is on Fiery Blizzard side of the field.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that one too.
Well, I mean, Falcon Hit is, our crowned #1 player of our community. Golden Shocker, again, finished top 3 in a couple of tournaments. Also a Mega Elixir player, so that race is going to be very interesting.
Yep, Esper number 7 there for Fiery Blizzard. Interestingly, Sharktallica did not check the caboose before going through the Phantom Train here.
So we don't even know what the reward is?
We could actually get the reward at the beginning of this check, but we don't know what this is, so
No,
this is an
That's
interesting
awkward.
fully
one here.
committed.
Yeah.
Level 39?
Listen,
Oh my goodness.
not all Yetis wear rings, but this one does. Or it's not an experience ring, it's an experience egg. What am I talking about?
I think it's one of those power bracelets you give to Pokemon at this point. Which I just recently learned about, by the way.
Is it a snap bracelet? You remember those, Saberwolf?
Oh, God.
Knuckly,
Why you
remember
gotta date me
remember
like
the
that,
snap-
bro?
remember the snap
Why you gotta
bracelets?
date me like that? My God. Actually, they brought those back for a little bit a couple years ago in Happy Meals for a bit.
Yeah, because they were
And
made
they're
out
just like
of...
pieces of tape measure
Yeah, but...
that have been cut.
Yeah, when you used to... Well, that's how it was back in the day, because we didn't have...
Back in the day!
We didn't have plastic the way it was now, but now the snap bracelets are all made out of the flexible plastic, and they won't accidentally slice your wrist open.
Which
Yeah.
there's the fun in
Not
that.
great-
These
wasn't
children
great.
are way too sheltered now.
They don't know the good stuff we were playing with. Although I will say the Frost Box, kind of a shout out of the Mr. Potato Head chicken nugget thing. I mean, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Alright, so we have a Senor, Sriracha, Super, insert whatever you want SR to be here. And interestingly, since SR Behemoth is a straight-up fight in vanilla, this is the only time on the Phantom Train where you get, essentially, this formation for a boss.
Yeah, it's kind of different. I do wonder if you actually do get the reward, because isn't
do.
that you can do... Yeah, but can't you do the terrain separately to do the suplex thing?
You can only do the suplex thing after you've completed the Ghost
So it's the
Train
second
check.
part.
Yeah, so you can only do that after you've completed the Phantom Train check, and it is
Oh,
Strago.
Strago. Okay.
All right, perfect.
Wow, I mean, that kept us in suspense to the end of the train. Dang.
All right, so Sharktallica pulling ahead
Oh.
in characters there.
Fiery Blitz is doing the same thing.
Nope,
Oh, no, he's in the
Dominatrix.
world. No,
Yeah.
never mind.
Wrong train.
Wrong train. He's taking the last train to
Nope.
Knoxville. I'm sorry.
There he is.
Nashville. I'm dreaming right now. I've been up since 3:30 this morning. Okay, I don't even.
Yeah, I had to shovel snow twice today. Not fun.
I haven't even done that yet.
All right, so this is leader here at Barren Falls. We already know that this is an Esper reward at the bottom. Fiery Blizzard saw a... thank you, Yeti, for that striker
Yeti.
proc. Let's go.
Yet he's like, not in my house.
Yeah, that's certainly clip-worthy, chat.
You die now.
So Fiery Blizzard does see that he's got a merchant sprite darting across the screen, so this is an Esper guaranteed at Cyan's Dream number 2, and then Cyan's Dream number 3 will be an Esper or an item.
Yeah, I mean, this could put FieryBlizzard on the hill for Kefka unlock here, actually.
We're still missing.
Oh, close.
some
I said on the
characters.
hill, not actually unlock. I said on the hill.
Yeah.
Still need a character, which, I mean, I don't have his tracker. So I'm assuming he hasn't done any of Saban's checks, really.
Yeah,
Except for
so we're
he's
missing.
Camp.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Knuckly.
He's done camp, he's done Mount Colts, and he's done waterfall.
So he hasn't done train, which is Strago. So if he peaks train and sees Strago, he's in the money.
Yeah, so the other checks we don't know what it is Opera House, Magitech, Factory, Leet River, or World of Ruin Mobliz, and oh no!
Oh no, we do. Well, we do have Ultima,
Yeah, it's
which
fine.
doesn't
Everything's
care
fine.
about what damage you're defending against.
Easy game.
Of course, I will say Magimaster might counter with one himself.
Probably not now. He's at level 16, so this Magimaster is about level 40, right? That's not high enough, I don't think, for an Ultima.
I don't know. I've seen Zebrahim casted at 40.
Okay, maybe it is then. I should. The thing with Magimaster is he doesn't cast non-elemental spells. He will only cast the spells of the 3 elements, and then on his 4th turn he'll cast Bio or Doom or Mute.
Yo, the blue pill of death. Who cares about Magimaster, right?
Alright, so that is another Esper guaranteed here. We'll see what's on the throne.
That's also Sword Tech unlocked up too, if we even had it, so.
I don't know what Strago has.
Doesn't really matter. He's not being used. He's not gonna get used. Everybody's learned Ultima. He's not gonna get used. Extra Esper. Ragnarok, even.
Alright, so that's 9 for FieryBlizzard. If you're in this position now, Knuckly, are you just doing checks that you peek at this point?
Yeah, make sure it's a character.
Yeah, that's Ghost Train. That is one of them.
There's Ghost Train, and then there's Mobliz.
Wait, he's going to...
He hasn't done Collapsing House yet.
Oh, well, technically this is peekable, but he didn't save it, so now he's committed.
I actually didn't see what the Kefka Tower skip requirements were. Let me do that real fast. Hold on a second, boys and girls. And Saberwolf and Knuckly, you can talk amongst yourselves.
Knuckly, I haven't seen you in forever.
Right?
I know. It's like, oh my god, like maybe an hour ago? When we did that totally awesome race?
So the race coming up tomorrow with Keith McRocks is the final to compete on my team. Hopefully he can pull off a victory and Team Inferno does not suffer a complete wipe this first week.
That would be rough. I mean, I actually... did you do your team pick'ems?
I did not.
Okay, well, I did my team pick'ems, and I want to say, and I'm gonna have to pull up my email so I know what I'm saying. I think I did email it to myself. Nope, accidentally deleted it. But I want to say I picked
Anyway, so we have 9 character, 13 Esper, 23 checks for skip.
Oh, that is a big skip.
Did we see what was at Magitech Factory 1? Because 2 was an Esper. We were too busy looking at other spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's count some Espers.
I blame the tracker.
There's 3 of them. Okay, so he's definitely got 7 Espers.
Team Crusader. I picked Team Crusader to go very deep into the finals. Okay. That's Maugray, OS, and Arusta.
Yeah, my next race is a Doom Flag. And I've been running multiple Doom Seeds for the last few days.
Thank you,
And,
AJS.
I started, and my time was averaging around like 2:15 for a Doom Flag, and the last one that I did today, I got down to a sub 145.
Nice.
Almost a sub 140.
That's
So
some improvement.
my time on this last Doom Flag that I ran wasn't too much more than what Drinks Glue just did.
Nice.
So it's repetition, and it's just, as a rookie in the community, seeing someone that is in a higher tier and my time not being too far off from what they're doing makes me feel like I'm doing something correct.
Well, the good news is that you will definitely learn by playing Worlds Collide. I always learn things the hard way. That's the funnest way to learn, is it not?
It is. And yeah,
Oh no,
I found
Yeti.
this
Bringing the
from
undead back to life there.
another streamer, and I started playing it, and my first run that I timed was like 2:45, and I've just been chipping away at it, and it's a lot of fun.
And that's even without the mentor, the full support of the mentor program. I'm just joking with you. You basically can use other people's advice, sort of. That's kind of what the mentor program does anyway, you know. So, that's awesome. Little update on the game here. We are going to get a guaranteed Esper or character at the end of the Magitech Factory. So this is going to be a 3-for-3 MTech trip. And the other Figabro, Edgar himself, is here at World of Ruin Moblaz. And here's an interesting play that you don't actually see very often. FieryBlizzard knows the two characters that are dead will get blown away from Fun Baba 3. So he's killing off the characters that he doesn't want to have in the next part of the fight.
That's smart.
Well, let's keep the people with Ultima and the Economizer, and everything else doesn't matter. Yeah,
It is
so
a really
bracket,
good strategy.
bracket challenge in the Discord and in the chat as well. Winner wins dinner with our very own Schwantz at a restaurant of your choosing. It better
Wow.
not be a chain restaurant. Actually, it better be a chain restaurant because I'm not
I
flying
was gonna say
anywhere.
it's gonna be cheaper that way.
Well, I'm definitely not flying out to your local restaurant.
I was gonna say. So you'd be eating together separately.
Here you go.
Edgar, huh?
You go to your Applebee's, I'll go to mine.
You guys could do like a Discord call, so it's like you're at dinner together, but not really.
There you go.
Yeah, just do it. Just stream each other's cameras that way you can be face to face at the table.
Edgar, by the way, has Blitz, so that's an interesting conundrum for FieryBlizzard here. Does he put Edgar in the party and potential access to Bum Rush? Or does he stick with the crew that he's got already?
Is he gonna be high enough level for Bum Rush?
Oh, yeah. Well, not immediately, but
Well, he's only 3 levels away,
he's already
actually.
39, yeah.
Keep it less. Nope, he's kicking him to the curb.
Alright, so Sharktallica at the end of the Magitech Factory, you actually get a story heal before this boss, so you don't have to use your Phoenix Downs or your Cure spells, because you'll get a full heal right before this fight here. And what is at the end of the factory? It is a third Esper there. So that's really nice for him to catch up in terms of Espers, because he was lagging certainly behind where his opponent was at this point in the race. And is this the vanilla boss?
Yeah, he's got vanilla.
Hello, cranes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have Atma Phoenix and Crusader going deep. Those are the 3 teams.
Fenrir on the throne, so we have multiple calmness protections on the table here.
Sorry, this was my contract.
1 hour in, and Sharktallica gets Esper number 8 there. We are still looking for character number 7, and we know that you can get it at either World of Ruin Mobliz or at the Phantom Train. We do not yet know what's behind some of the other Edgar stuff. And FieryBlizzard doesn't know that you have to do this in the World of Ruin. You can't actually remove anything to get down there in the World of Balance.
Yeah.
I did not know that, but thanks for showing it off.
Like I said, every time I play this game or watch this game, I learn something new every week. So. Yep.
All right.
Oh, he's going for Strago.
Yeah, so this will be go mode, and he's at 22 checks, so that'll also be skip for FieryBlizzard here.
Does have half the party dead here though, so
yeah, whatevs.
Yeah, it's only a temporary side effect. Oh, it was an X-Manager Strago even.
Yeah, so even though you unlock Kefka and the skip, you do have to complete the check in order to get out of the Phantom Train.
Doesn't want to remove the ghost though.
Yeah, those are friendly ghosts. Actually, the second ghost on both of those.
Your old Casper.
The second ghost on both of those trains is actually a shop.
Yep, and it's always good to shop there because you never know if they have a Mega Elixir or not.
Cyan just wants to take a nap through the Phantom Train. He's
Yeah,
already had enough PTSD from his dream.
Oh Lord, Celeste too. Was this an Esper here?
No.
I don't remember. No.
This is yet another Genji glove that we don't need.
Yeah, Genji glove and an Ultima seed. That's exactly what you want to see. Yes, I want to dual wield enhancers. Yes. Actually, does it even work that way?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, it does work that way. Yeah. I guess that's not a horrible
Plus 14
idea.
magic power.
I mean, that's not a horrible idea, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh wow, there's a Genji glove in that chest too. Jeez.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, it might be worth just selling the Genji gloves if you can find a shop with the Mega Elixirs.
Oh no, he does not have. Oh, there is a tent. Okay.
We do know that Zen Thief is an Esper because FieryBlizzard did buy it as one of his 12 there. So that's definitely something you can do in order to get yourself to progression.
A Shark does get that extra economizer now that Fiery's had almost the entire race. Because he did sequence break to get that. So before he got Cyan. As we have another fight with Senor Behemoth.
Cha cha cha. So if you're enjoying what you're watching, make sure you give our runners a follow. They're the ones that are putting on the show for us here. Me and Saberwolf and Knuckly Kong are just yelling at you, basically.
Oh,
We're just along
no.
for the ride.
Yeah, I have to remind myself to have to get up in 5 hours.
That does not sound enjoyable. Luckily for me, I do not have to wake up early tomorrow. The only reason I would is to take the kiddo to school, and her school got canceled for tomorrow because wind chill in my area, I guess, is supposed to be like negative 25.
Ugh.
So
it's one of those where you could take a boiling pot of water and just throw it, and it'll 5 Genji gloves.
5 Genji gloves. What?
There they
Oh
go.
my.
See you later.
Yeah. Well, I think we got enough money for Triads here.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't have Kefka unlock. He's still missing a character.
Yeah, we know that that's going to be at Mobliz, right? By process of elimination, because we did Magitech 3. The only other places that we haven't seen is Opera House Disruption and Leet River, besides, obviously, the Edgar checks.
And neither one
And
of
the
those
Strago
are...
checks.
And neither one of those interests you to do versus the other one, so...
Another economizer in the Coliseum, if you really wanted it.
Wow.
You do have to give up a behemoth suit, though, so I don't know if that's exactly a good trade.
I'm wondering if... I know neither of these players have had crazy experience with Force Collide. I wonder if this, at least for Fiery, if this is going to be a personal best as he enters the tower at 105.54.
Yeah, that's a very good time for a Poltergeist Seed. This seed did give us a lot of good stuff with it, but, you know, I see a lot of hallmarks of a more experienced runner. The menuing is certainly much faster than I would imagine a beginner runner. But
Yeah,
I
and those-
assume that that's due to just the experience with using other Final Fantasy randomizers like Free Enterprise and Career Day would certainly help you with that.
I will say that from what I've seen on restreams and stuff like that, as a shout out to Cordy Quicks for the follow, that I think Spicy Chicken's the easiest of the three, at least in a matter of time.
Yeah.
Then it's then
the
it
flag
might
set.
be
I thought you meant like the
yeah.
boss.
Well, not the boss, but the flag set, like, or at least the times that are coming in. Sharktallica is going to take this fight, and not why remove it. Which we find out is going to be tentacles. That
Krabby pasta, and we're doing all fierce battle music in Kefka's tower here, because we got Admiral Weapon and the 3 statues. Anyway, sorry, God.
no, it's okay. But I just lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the
I
average
think it was
times of the statue flag sets.
yeah, I think it goes Spicy Chicken's the easiest, then Doom, then Goddess. I think, even though Goddess has more characters to start, and more options to go in. But I think Doom, with the bonus vigor that you get, and the chances of getting all those extra smash face items and such, just seems to like make up for it just a little bit. So yeah,
and
and everybody's been saying Goddess, and even the chat and our community has been saying Goddess has been harder. It was the hardest of the bunch.
See, harder and longer are two different things. For me, the Goddess flag set is the easiest of the 3, but it's also the longest because it has the highest requirements of it. Meanwhile, Doom, I think, is the hardest flag set, but maybe I just haven't played enough Poltergeist flag sets, but for me, Dooms have usually been quicker than Poltergeist. But,
I mean, the Spicy Chicken is the one I did. We did it the very first night where there was it came available on a restream. All 4 of us went sub 140.
Alright, so here's Edgar
Yeah.
for Sharktallica. This will be go mode. Unfortunately, he does not have his tracker on, which means we do not know if they will get skip or not. I'm guessing, based on the fact that FieryBlizzard has 12 Espers, that this probably is not going to be skip. That is, however, a spicy chicken. You know what to do, chat.
Oh, he does have bio. Casting bios to Ultima.
Bio is definitely a lot faster than Ultimate is.
Wait, does Terra and Struggle both have X Magic?
No, the gem box.
Yeah.
Oh, gem box. Okay, I was going confused there. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so the thing about gem box is that it removes your ability to summon Espers in battle. So we'll see if FieryBlizzard takes off the gem box for Final Kefka to get one of his Esper summons, and maybe he just put it on because he knew that this is going to be a statue fight here.
Well, I don't think it's really necessary because this is one of the 2 flag sets that you can do recasting. So you don't need to take, like, Doom and you don't need to take like Odin and Raiden. You can just take Odin and you can use it in multiple tiers. You can use Gollum and use it in multiple tiers. Fenrir use it in multiple tiers. So
yeah.
you can still keep a gem box on one of your characters and not really sacrifice the Esper slot.
Couple of quad 9 jumps there from Terra with the Pearl Lance on our Evil Toot machine.
Does that make it Pearl Jam? Sorry, it's too late. I know.
Don't call me daughter. All right, we went an hour and 10 minutes without singing. I think that's a record for us.
Well, Narves also mentions about the goddess thing is that timer above your head, and you fight these bosses that take a long time. You start getting very nervous, especially when you don't know how to do the weight tricking. Where you get in the magic menus and stuff like that to prevent the timer from going down.
Yeah. Well, even if you do weight tricking, sometimes
it can still time out. Yeah. So
if your meat shields don't survive, you literally can't do it if you just have 2 characters in one spot. Sharktallica heading into Kefka's tower the good old-fashioned way. Again, I'm not quite sure how many checks he has. It's at least 17, but we know that there's more than that because of we encounter at least 3 or 4 dead checks along the way.
And then the dragons also count as checks, so...
Yeah. Well, 10 plus 5 plus 2 is 17, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, we started with 3 characters, so 10 plus 4 plus 2 is 16.
Yeah, we're way below that. I mean, you couldn't even fast-track shortcut to get there, so...
Alright.
Inala Goddess.
Looks like the statues were not actually shuffled this seed.
Lucky them.
But access to a gem box with Economizer and Ultima basically means that everything finna die here. It's just a matter of if you could survive. And that's going to be a real question, actually, for this fight, because Sabin, I don't think has a Thunder Shield, but huge play with Mantra there. And
yeah, that was a smart move. I mean, I would have thought you would have done the Bum Rush there instead, but no, that was smart defensive play.
Yeah, so since there's only one other character, right, you basically give all of your health to your Bum Rush, to your other character when you use Mantra.
Yeah, because Goddess does sometimes do a spell counter when you do cast a spell on her, so yeah. Good play.
Nice heads-up game knowledge there. Alright, so that's 2 of 3 statues down. We got 1 more to go.
I mean, both of these runners, like I said, for being newcomers, they're definitely showing out. They have way more talent than just being new. So.
Oh, for sure. Alright, and we're going to see what's actually at the Inferno spot. Because we didn't get to see this.
I mean, it could be Doomgate still on the board. Don't want to jinx it, but it's still there.
Stop that.
Hey, I did it earlier. When, what was it, Kong? That, it's like, the only thing could hurt this situation if Realm got love token, and as I'm saying it, it's happening on the screen as I'm saying it.
Of course it is.
And Yeti was in the party, so all you need is love token to go on Rome, so Yeti will slam her in the face, and sure enough, that's what happens. And
yeah,
Yeti didn't actually attack though, but still.
No, Yeti did.
Oh, Yeti, well, he regular hit. He didn't belly bump though. If he belly bumped, I would have been really worried.
Yeah, that body slam attack will ignore defense.
Shout out to the 39 viewers here sticking around for the double-header action we had tonight.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, we're going to be doing more races throughout this week. I have some free time.
We're going to be doing it for the next month and a half.
That's true. I have some free time on both Thursday and Friday, so expect Thursday and Friday races being broadcast to this channel here.
Now, these are double round robin portion of the tournament. I mean, we will definitely get more aggressive with VOD commentaries and stuff later in the tournament series. But we will do our best to like restream as much of these as possible. But rest assured that when we get into the quarterfinal stages, especially, there will be a lot more coverage and VODs and stuff like that. Much like we did in the Blackjack Battle Royale, so... By the way, I don't blame Sharktallica for doing extra dragons here and such like that. You're only an hour and 15 minutes in the seed. So you're actually feeling pretty good in your time. But we have this monster of Ultima happening over here on the right-hand side of the screen that he does not know about because both these runners are blind to each other. So...
Well, thankfully, Ultima does not care about the reflect status that Doom gets in his second phase here. And...
Ooh!
Catch you later, Cyan.
7,000 damage. Wow.
Yeah. That is the power of Demon Rage. This is the, hey, what armor are you wearing? Check.
Oh, another mech elixir.
Yeah, that's nice to have. I know one of our runners defeated Magimaster, right?
I think it was FieryBlizzard.
Yeah,
Yes.
because, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So both of them have a Mega Elixir then?
Yeah, at least one.
I think FieryBlizzard went number 24, and then right after that, the next boss was Magimaster.
I didn't remember that. That's awesome. Alright, so now with 3 statue bosses down, we do have access to Doom. I don't know if we have access to Mute. We definitely have Golem, at least for both of our runners, and Fenrir for one
actually,
of
I don't think Sark has Golem or Fenrir, actually.
Really?
The 2 Espers that he doesn't have that Fiery does are both Fenrir Golem.
Oh, that's awful.
Because he was going through his Espers, and I did not see either one of them.
Yeah, Golem was at the Norse weapon shop, and Fenrir was at another one of the sequence break stops. I don't remember which one it was. Let's see if we can take a look. Oh, that was at Figaro Throne. That's right. That's where that one was.
Yeah, so Shark's gonna have a little bit of a harder time. I mean, he's behind, obviously, because he still has to fight all the statues here.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have a little bit of a harder time not having that Columnus protection. Because no, they didn't have life 3, so... So his Shark's obviously FieryBlizzard can do Odin, Fenrir, and Gollum for their 3 Espers if they kept the gem box on a character. So I think that's probably what their best option is for Espers here.
Alright, chat. Well, we're about to step up the plate for FieryBlizzard. We sometimes play a guessing game of how long do we think our final Kefka fight will take. Considering we have, the options that I laid out ahead of us already, plus Ultima with Economizer and Gem Box here, I'm guessing an 8:21 final Kefka time. Saberwolf, Knuckly Kong, you guys have some predictions here?
I'm going with a 9:15.
Alright.
I'm going to lowball and go 7:35.
Okay.
Whoa! That's like Falcon numbers. The fastest I've ever seen was like a 7:40, I think.
There was definitely a 6 and change on a stream recently, one of these flag sets, because we are getting much higher levels than we're used to for, let's say, an ultra sleek seed or a more standard draft race. Alright, so Doom coming out on the long arm there for tier 1, and now we have to hit down the head with fire.
Yeah, so we don't even need to get the Odin in there. We could probably just equip like Phoenix for crying out loud for a mass life, regain here. Yeah, you're safe to cast Ultima here. You did enough damage to the head. You can just do it.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we kill the head first. Otherwise, the head will death counter with Quake. And we do have access to mute. I just saw it in the spell list right there. So we have all of the things that we'll need for a nice final Kefka. It's now about luck and execution. Meanwhile, Sharktallica going after his hot wings on his side.
He's dipping it in blue cheese.
Yeah, blue cheese is the best. People with that ranch need to step aside. Uh-oh, I'm sensing some dissension amongst the ranks here.
Yeah, I just eat barbecue wings. I don't really go for hot wings.
Oh, there you go. I have recently been turned on to what's called Gold Rush. It's basically hot sauce and honey mustard mixed together and then put on the wings. That is pretty awesome.
Is that what Gold Fever is supposed to be?
That Gold Fever might be a hotter version of that.
Well, I think that's at KFC, but
Interesting.
I don't know. They have gold something.
Anyway,
Tier 2 here. Yep, so Tier 2, we have a 4-headed beast here with magic in the back. We do have mute available, so that'll take them out of the fight.
Yep.
We don't have Ice 3 for Tiger. We do have Instant Death for Tools.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have Stop, but it doesn't really matter for Bluey because we have Ultima to just kill everything else, so yeah.
Yeah, Hit doesn't really do much until his death counter, and
we have Fenrir and Gollum.
He's not going to be stopped for his death counter anyway, right? So there's literally no reason to stop Hit. If you can't tank a single target attack, then you got other bigger problems.
I will notice that Fiery is casting safe on each party member here.
Maybe his armor is not very good, and 10 hits is a big problem at the end with the death counters, but
yeah, he's barely taking like 100 damage here. So,
but is that because of the safe? No, I'm just... Yeah, so safe and shell will give you 33% reduced damage to physical attacks in the case of safe, or magical attacks in the case of shell.
Which is a nice thing to have on Goddess seats, I'll say.
Yeah, so neither one of our runners got to 4 dragons for the automatic autosave.
Automatical.
That's a lot of damage to Doom there. Pick the right person to go up against that fight with the Pearl Lance. Doom is weak to Pearl, one of the bosses that is weak to it.
I just want to love Strago for using the scimitar there.
Yeah, so these
That's kind of cool, no?
These characters aren't really doing much in terms of damage. Sometimes it's better to actually skip these turns rather than wasting the animation on them.
Here's the scary thing. Terra with that jump, when she does 3 jumps, is doing more damage than the double cast of Ultima.
Yeah.
That's insane, actually.
And it's way faster. So, Ultima
well,
is...
a matter of speaking, how long it takes to go in the air, but yeah.
Yeah, Ultima is basically like the easy mode, right? You can just... You don't have to have a brain to cast it, because it ignores defense, it's non-elemental, it's not blockable, it doesn't do split damage with multiple targets, it's just... You don't have to even worry about it. But...
Yeah, and that's the one problem with this game, actually, is that everybody can learn magic, and everybody can learn Ultima if you really want to play the game that long.
Yep.
But that is the one broken mechanic in this game, is that every single player and every single character in your team, if you want to spend that much time playing the game before you end it, every single character, except for essentially Yamaru, obviously, can cast Ultima. So...
Alright, so we're done with tier number 2. Heading on up to tier 3, and this is where the fun begins. Thankfully, we have both Fenrir and Golem, but We also have a lot of HP, so even a Meteo counter or two shouldn't be that big of a deal here.
Yeah, I mean, one Ultima is going to kill Girl right off the bat here. And just maybe cast, like... And then cast Golem right off the back and just double cast Ultima, and you're pretty much close to where you need to be. Merton Opener is kind of rough, though.
Yeah, especially if you don't have that elemental protection.
Which we don't, because Cyan's now... Cyan the Moogle is now under 1,000.
Meanwhile, Goddess just getting bullied by Sharktallica there.
Wow, that's impressive.
2 turns, essentially. Cyan dropping quad 9s a few times, and then Umaro doing body slammy things. That is Girl dead over there for FieryBlizzard, so now we have to count damage for sleep. Once he gets under 10,000 of his 40,000 HP, he'll start casting either Train or Meteo. And that's...
He's on the edge of it right now.
Okay, well, out comes the Golem summon. This will counter his death attack of Calmness.
Yeah, double Ultima from Terra is probably going to do it here. Probably going to need both. Might counter off of it, though. Ooh, he does counter it before she can cast the second part of Ultima. Doesn't kill anybody, though, so he will be able to get through this.
Yeah, that's one of the negative things about the gem box, is you can actually get countered in between the 2 spells that you cast.
Yeah, straight block from Cyan. Huh.
Nice. Yeah, so X Magic will also take a bit more time to cast than your normal magic spell. So those are just a couple of things to keep in mind if you find yourself using gem box.
Now, does Quick still have the counter mixed in with it?
Quick, no. So
Quick, you wouldn't counter with Meteo if you quicked it, right?
Right, if you did Quick Ultima, you wouldn't get the Meteo counter in between the 2 Ultimas.
That's good to know. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Well, that's also why Quick is 99 MP to cast, or whatever it is. It's actually more expensive than Ultima in Vanilla.
Oh, we're not even going to cast Ultimas. We're going to cast Fire 3s just because it's faster.
Yeah, I don't disagree here.
Well, as much damage as we're putting out, I don't think he's going to do Fallen One. Oh, okay. Well, if you queued up another attack, I don't think he would have done it.
Yeah, the problem is, as I mentioned, it's very, very... It takes a long time to cast your X Magic, right? So that's essentially what happened there. And then Cyan just fell over from the slip hit that was way back on tier 1.
Yeah, the very first skill used in the whole fight. But you really don't need Cyan here. You can just plow through this. It's not that hard.
Alright, so here comes the Hyperdrive counter. So we know Kefka's under 30,000 HP now. Celeste tanks it to the face. He will counter with things like Havoc Wing and Hyperdrive. He'll also counter with Ultima if he's under 10,000 HP, but we do wait here for his charge up for Goner. He will not counter attack here, so now is the time to basically go ham.
Yep.
All the Ultimas.
3 Ultimas. Taking off a buckler.
Yeah, unfortunately Cyan did have an ice shield on him, I think. So
I don't think we need that. I don't think we need it though. The 3 Ultimas here will do it anyways. It's just a matter of just waiting for this to cast out here. Maybe.
There it is.
There it is. Crack pow.
129.10, under an hour 30 minutes. What a great
90.
time.
That is very impressive.
Very nicely done. And our other runner here, Sharktallica, is actually not that far behind. He's on tier 2.
Oh, we actually closed the gap there a little bit. He was much farther behind than that. So definitely close the gap. Cyan was 6,000 HP, by the way. That's a lot of HP.
Yeah. FieryBlizzard has joined us in the interview booth. Congratulations on your victory tonight. GG's on your race as well.
Yeah, thanks. That was more Ultima than I thought I would get.
So it was the ultimate adventure, is what you're saying. I'm sorry, I've been doing all night.
You see a curse shield at 20, you're just like, nah, we're not going to get Ultima the Seed. And then apparently that was the spell to find and not Fire 3 that took forever to find.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your strategy here with the Poltergeist Fury flag set. I noticed you use YMPC remove to your advantage to do a couple of sequence breaks here and there. What's your overall game plan when faced with one of these flag sets?
I feel like it gets thrown off when I see Terra in the beginning party, because I'm just like, no, I don't really want to go to World of Ruin Arsh to start off. But I felt still check the Curse Shield in World of Balance and then go Imperial Camp or Imperial, whatever it is, City. And then sort of see what we have there in terms of looting, because it kind of smooths out the looting a little bit, just going around World of Balance, knowing that Zozo's also a double with a dragon. And it kind of just fell into place with, a couple of economizers showing up, which, again, I just didn't expect to get two in like a span of 5 minutes or something like that. It's like, well, I have 2 Espers with Ultima, so Poltergeist is no longer scary, I guess. But, no, I mean, the Espers were friendly. Magic power +2 the entire time. There was an HP +100. I just couldn't find any weapon to actually make use of that, so it was a little bit sad on that, because that was going to be the plan for Celas, and just nothing showed up. I'm just like, I guess you're a chemist.
Yeah. Sharktallica skating by there. Scary 10 hits with 3 of his 4 characters in triple digits. Yeah, so you went for the 23 check skip. You also didn't find your characters until very late. Was that sort of, when you saw the skip requirements, did you know that you wanted to go for skip regardless, or did you have to play out the seed to wait and see how it felt?
No, I saw 23, I was like, I'm not getting this. I saw 13 Espers, I'm like, I'm not getting this. And then, I mean, it took me 23 checks to find 7 characters, so, sometimes it works out like that. I'm just glad it wasn't all locked behind Let River or something.
Yeah, so it was down to either Leet River or Opera House, I think, for whatever the next character is besides Edgar and Strago stuff. So it could have been, very linear at the, towards the end of the seed there.
Yeah, and that's, I don't particularly like seeds that end up doing that, but, sometimes it happens.
I don't mean to interrupt, but yeah,
Oh, the clutch block from Cyan.
wow. There. That was playing with fire. 2 characters below 1,000 HP, goes for the Ultima YOLO anyways and still gets it.
Yeah,
doesn't get Neo countered or anything. That was insane.
Yeah, Terra would have jumped up in the air, I think. Maybe not before the Meteor counter, but definitely for the Calmness. You also found Calmness in Edgar's Figaro Throne, and you found Fenrir at one of your sequence break spots at the Narsh weapon shop, right? So, your final Kefka fight was pretty easy. I actually didn't even... We did predictions, but I didn't actually calculate how long it was. But yeah, so that was a really nice job. I also liked the heads-up gameplay knowledge of killing off your characters at Fun Baba. That was really cool to see as well.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I learned. I mean, to sort of Fun Baba can be very annoying depending on what 2 characters. I'm like, well, 2 of these characters can actually do damage, the other 2 can't, so it was a pretty easy decision knowing how that works. Not unfamiliar to me, there are other bosses in the series that work the same way or similar, so it's nice to take advantage of it. Gotta imagine people like the Yeti going on as well.
For sure.
FieryBlizzard's final Kefka time was 10 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that was me, wasn't it? Was that closest on that one?
Somebody in the chat, AJS was 10 minutes, 10 seconds. So it depends on if we're playing Price is Right rules or not, right?
Yeah, the pain of using magic, especially Ultima, which is just so slow,
Yeah.
versus an offering ammo weapon or something like that. And it happens. And also that Kefka took forever to actually go into, and GG's the Shark.
Yeah, that's the 135.03 finish, so you guys are very, very close at the end of the seed, so great job to him as well. Make sure you tell him GG's in his chat. So I did notice that you do run some other Final Fantasy randomizers. Can you tell us about how that maybe does help or does not help prepare you for these sort of races here?
Yeah, I have to say it's interesting that 4, 5, and 6, 4 being free enterprise, which I know a lot of people in the community are also a part of, and 5 being career day, they all just run vastly different. There's some certain principles maybe, but even in terms of like looting, just feels completely different. Career day, you loot a lot just because you're looking for spells. Free enterprise, you really just sort of stop looting, and then 6 is just kind of like try to find your power, then eventually you stop looting. It's sort of the equivalent of T Wild in, in free enterprise. So it's a little bit interesting because I don't find them running the same, and I do occasionally do, a 4, 5, 6 free enterprise, career day, Worlds Collide at this point, relay, and it's interesting to go between games because sometimes the buttons are different too. And one of the bigger things also is just movement speed.
Yeah.
If you've ever played a career day seed, you'll know that the movement speed is just ridiculously fast. And so going from 5 and 6 is just like, I just want to go faster.
Yeah. There is a setting that you could turn on to make you go double the speed, which is very, interesting. But we don't have that in our standard stuff here, so.
No, yeah. But yeah, GG's Shark.
Yeah, good game, Fiery.
Yeah, so we also have Sharktallica in the booth. That was an excellent run as well, 135.03. Tell us a little bit about your strategy when doing, the Poltergeist Fury flag sets.
It all just kind of comes down to chance, right? I mean, I love to see Omaro there because of doing the Coliseum. You can get that done right away.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I made a pretty big mistake there, if you saw it earlier, with Omaro and fighting that Scullion. But getting the Dragon Horn and the Dragoon Boots is key to get the boss clears pretty quickly. And then just kind of piecing together, different checks in a row.
Yeah, so it was nice being able to use that Super Ball on one of your early bosses that you got from
100%.
the Coliseum. And you also had pretty much your endgame Terra build right there. She was, just going off for basically the entire seed. For you, though, you were having a bit of trouble finding Espers. Did you try to pivot where you were going with your checks based on the fact that, Espers were not kind to you this seed and where they showed up?
No, they weren't. Just like I said earlier, I really just try to piece it all together to see what's the closest and just go for it. I knew going to Magitech pretty early on, I could have get at least a few Espers. But I think at the end, I was looking for that last character.
I think both of us were in the same position then.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
That was the hardest part for me because I had plenty of Espers towards the end. They all kind of came at me at once, but yeah, I was just looking for that last character.
Yeah, you both found the same characters, but at the opposite of one another's times, right? You had grabbed Strago out of the Phantom Train as FieryBlizzard was grabbing Edgar out of Moblez, and then flopped places. So we don't know if this was a super duper linear seed after that or not, obviously. You did not also go for the skip. Was it just something where you felt that you needed to go into the tower now? I might be behind, or was that I'm sick and tired of looking for stuff in dead checks and I want to get in the tower immediately?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I wasn't keeping track of how many checks I had, and so I just went for it as soon as it came available.
Yeah, I think you were probably around 19, 20, something like that, right? Because you also hit a lot of the dead checks that our other runner took. So yeah, so since both of you are sort of newer runners, and maybe this was your first time on Restream, what did you think of the experience, FieryBlizzard? Did you enjoy doing, you know, a sync 1v1 race, or is this not usually something you're used to doing?
No, I mean, both Free Enterprise and Career Day are mostly 1v1 sync races, so very familiar with this and a couple other games I also run. But honestly, racing's just a lot of fun. Especially, I don't know, like for me, this seems a lot more casual than, say, like a Free Enterprise tournament where there is, you know, quite a bit more structure. Just sort of differences in the community as I've only been around for a couple months at this point, if that. But it's interesting to observe the differences, but it's, you know, it's been a lot of fun to hang out, and it's been a lot of fun to learn this randomizer, which I honestly, remember like, what, 6-7 months ago, I was probably like, I probably won't learn Worlds Collide, and then a few people from Free Enterprise came over in the newest Ultros League, and I was like, you know what, I'll play along with those. I unfortunately missed the UL signups, but it's been a fun experience for sure. I'm looking forward to doing more of these races.
And then, same question for you, Sharktallica. I know you have been involved in a couple of seasons of Ultros League, but haven't really seen you put on the restreaming race hat. So talk to us a little bit about your experience there.
Yeah, you're right. Like you said, I've primarily just done Ultros League, and I think we just wrapped up the third time I've done it with Ultros League, and then but yes, it is the first time I've done restreaming. I really enjoyed it. I typically only stick to Ultros League and the Ultros League presets, so this is the first event I've taken place in where it had a different flag set than what Ultros League had. So, but I'm really enjoying it. I like changing it up a little bit.
Awesome. Knuckly, you have any other questions for our two racers here?
Just one quick question for Shark. I noticed when you went to Phantom Train, you just full committed to it, even though you could get the reward early. Were you just 100% committed to finishing the check, regardless of what the reward was?
Actually, like I said, I pretty new to this, but I actually didn't even know you could get the reward early.
Yeah. Go to that caboose. You could peek it, and you could either reset out of it or you could keep going.
Yeah.
So
Worked out.
Oh, for sure.
You saved time.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you don't bump up the scaling for that check either, because if you grab the reward, you've grabbed another piece of progression, right? So that was a big brain play.
No.
Double down on your confidence, Sharktallica. I believe in you.
Yeah. That would have put me over the top, that and not doing the second Mario Kart Coliseum that's a fight.
Well, listen, you know, that's one of those things where Umaro normally will be able to tank anything you throw at it, but those Coliseum random fights can sometimes get a bit unwieldy and wild, so let that be a lesson, I guess, here.
Gem boxes, economizers, and ultimas are a lot of fun too.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun just having all the power. So, FieryBlizzard, any other final thoughts about this run or this race or anything in general?
No, I mean, I think in the tournament flag set, it's interesting because, you know, starting out, I was playing Ultros League flag sets, and then in this flag set, a lot of my gameplay seems to be geared towards the thought of, I don't really have a problem with Final Kefka. I have a problem with Poltergeist wherever he's sitting in the statue spots at level 50. Which I have, you know, when I was practicing, I didn't really do too much Poltergeist flag set, but Doom and Goddess.
Yep.
Like, a lot of times it seems like the time you get, basically a plus or minus 10-minute swing, can be on what team do you send over to the Spicy Chicken.
Yeah, so an interesting strategy that I tried out, and we saw it in the previous race with one of our runners, is as soon as I get to 6 characters, I just go into Kefka's tower at that point, and I'll put my entire team in one party slot, usually party number 3. And then I will do the Inferno spot, I'll do the Guardian spot, and I'll do the Poltergeist spot. The bosses will be easier because they're less levels. You also won't increase the scaling because those particular bosses aren't actually checks. And then you could peek what the other 2 spots are after you defeated the statue boss at the top. So you know exactly what party to put in the left side and the right side when you come back into the tower. And you could also then choose 2 characters to go up against the one side statue and 2 characters to go up against the other side statue. Right? So there is some walking through the tower twice sort of time that you lose. If you get skip, obviously that helps a lot. But maybe look into doing that during some of your practice runs and see if that feels a lot better and that helps out your times a lot better too.
That is something I definitely didn't consider, so I'm very glad you told me about that.
There you go.
I'm
letting out all my secrets. I'm never going to be able to win a race ever again. Thanks a lot.
That's a lot of fun. I obviously thank you for putting on the restream. I assume Saber was it. I saw Saber in here too. So you, Knuckly Kong, and Saber for putting this on. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you to you for volunteering to be on the restream and for your patience with the little bit later start time than I think you guys were anticipating. So really appreciate you volunteering for the race. Can't have the races without the runners. And Sharktallica, any other final closing thoughts before we head out of here?
Not really. The Warring Triad wasn't much of a issue.
Yeah, you had Terra with the Pearl Lance doing quad 9s every single jump, so that was not a big deal.
Nope. Poltergeist had no fury.
Yep. And Goddess
Thanks so much for putting this on.
And Goddess took all of 2 turns with Yeti slams and
Oh,
Cyan. Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. It was a steamroll of the statue spots. But yeah, again, thank you for volunteering to be featured on Restream. Can't have the races without the runners. And good luck to both of you guys with the rest of the season. But not too much luck because you guys are in my group. So just a little bit of luck, but not too much.
Well, good luck to you too.
Thanks.
Good luck.
All right, catch you later.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, Knuckly Kong, we got any other final thoughts before we wrap things up here?
Not too much. Just want to once again say thank you to the runners. Thank you to the whole Restream crew. Thank you to Worlds Collide for having different events in the off season. It's definitely something to look into. And then also, if you are interested in joining the community, join our Discord. Lots of people that are willing to give advice and help you out with anything that you need. We do have the mentoring program, which is a huge success, and we've got members of the community that will give advice without signing up for the mentoring program.
Yeah, I'm just giving away all my secrets. I'm a terrible infomercial sales pitch person here. And if you act now... No, I'm just kidding. But yes, thank you so much, Knuckly, for helping me out in the booth and doing the tracking and doing the commentary in the previous race. As far as future content on both this channel and in the Worlds Collide realm go, we will be on a speed gaming channel of some sort tomorrow for another one of our Warring Triads events. Looking at the race schedule here, we have a race on Thursday in the afternoon, but starting at 8 p.m. we have 3 races, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m. I will try to get all 3 of those races to you. We'll probably join the second one in progress after the first one is finished. And then Friday, as Saberwolf mentioned, Falcon Hit versus Golden Shocker in that particular match. I hope to also bring that to you on this channel as well. So stay tuned. FF6WorldsCollide.com is our website, also where our YouTube channel is, and our Twitch channel. So thanks everybody for coming around, and for Saberwolf for putting on the stream of the first race there. And we'll catch you everybody on the next one. Peace out now.